1, 2, 3, clap.
Oh, I made the tiniest clap.
It's okay.
It's okay. You'll be able to see it.
Wow.
All right.
What's up?
All right.
Little sharts. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Welcome back to another episode of Music Mondays. We are on episode 54.
I think it's 55.
Yeah, it is 55.
Wow.
It is episode 55. We are senior citizens.
Every episode from now on out is just episode 54. We don't go It doesn't go farther. It stops at 54.
Time is a flat circle.
So yeah, guess what we're doing this week, kids? Aly and AJ, and it's not what you think.
What?
Bow, 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 bow. It's their new album. It's actually a deluxe edition.
No.
Edition. Why did I say it like that? Deluxe edition of an EP that they released. Their 10 years EP. So I guess I'll just get right in it. You all probably know about Aly and AJ, and if you don't, you're probably too young to be near me. I say, me, 22. You're too young. You just don't understand.
Listen, they didn't watch Phil of the Future.
You're right.
Or that movie that they were in where there was something about milk.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They were at a farm or some shit.
Yeah, I just remember there being a factory with a cow outside.
Yeah. Yep, they did. It was like City Girls do a farm life. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
One of those classic Disney movies.
You know what? We've talked about it before. I'm going to talk about it again. The generational gap between me and the people who are my sister's age is astounding for some reason.
Quite large.
I am not old. I am a young, not very spry individual. You know, I may have an old body and I may have an old soul, but I've only been around for a little while. But man, y'all teens are fucking weird as shit, and I'm sorry, but you're weird. No offense to you, but you're weird as shit.
Just anybody that doesn't believe that they're weird, just get on TikTok for 5 minutes and you'll understand.
Okay, I found this. Now, this makes me sound old. I don't want to download TikTok, so I looked at the TikTok's cringe Facebook page, okay? That makes me sound dated, almost. It's awful. It's a page called...
I love TikTok.
It's hilarious. It's a page called TikToks that instantly make you want to die. And it does. It indeed makes you want to die. It's painful.
So you know how everyone watches Vine compilations on YouTube to relive the Vine days? Well, there's now compilations of TikToks that are basically Vine.
I think I've actually watched one of those.
They're quite good.
Because there are some funny things. It's just I have too much pride that I don't want to get on TikTok. I actually think I did download the app because my sister was like, just do it. But I don't look at it because it's I just want to see the really funny ones or the really cringy ones. And I don't
none of the middle.
Yeah, I don't care about I don't care two basic people standing there going like this. I just don't. For those, I say for those of you that are listening audio only, we don't have video anymore. I'm scooping. Scoop.
Yeah.
Which is Millie rocking for those who aren't in our inner circle.
My current favorite TikTok trend is there's a voice recording of a voicemail, and it's this girl saying, "This is for Rachel, you big fat white nasty bitch. Why'd you took me off the schedule, you trifling ass?" It's hysterical.
That's good.
There's 5 other adjectives to describe Rachel before she says, "Why you took me off the schedule with your trifling ass."
Your trifling ass. Good. I'm glad.
"This is for Rachel, you big fat white nasty smelly bitch."
I had a girl. So for those of you that don't know, I currently work at Urban Outfitters. And I see a lot, okay? Because it's an Urban Outfitters that's in one of those really high-end malls, you know? It's like a Keystone, but in Michigan. And so I see a lot of teenage girls trying to be Instagram influencers.
Ooh.
It's really something. It's a really special place. And it probably happens at any Urban Outfitters, I would assume, but it's worse because it's in a rich area. You know what I mean? So it's last night I saw 2 maybe 10-year-olds alone shopping with their iPhone XRs, and they were like taking selfies and like, oh my god, oh shoot, mom's calling me. Oh hey, like I was just like, what in the world? Excuse me?
Evan and I went into Urban Outfitters last weekend because we went to Keystone for something. I don't remember why. But I was in there and I was like, I don't know how people that are teens shop here. Everything is so expensive.
Yeah.
I cannot afford a single thing in there, even on the sale rack.
Yeah.
Even in the very stressful sale closet.
Yeah, I can't either. And I have a 40% discount as an employee, and I can't afford to buy anything there. Like, a t-shirt is $35 for a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I will go to Goodwill. I did get a pair of pants for interviews because I don't have professional pants. And they're not even professional pants. They're gingham, but it's like they're not jeans. And they actually fit. Like, I have a pair of plaid pants that I bought when I was 10 pounds heavier, and they don't fit me anymore. So it's like, I needed a pair of pants to wear. But, yeah, it's a lot. And, yeah, I see, like, last night, this is where I was going with that story, because that voicemail thing reminded me of this girl came in, and she was on the phone. And she, was in my little zone that I was working, like, shopping. No kidding you, for 10 minutes, all she said into the phone was, well, I said what I said. I said what I said. I said what I said. And that's the only thing she was saying. And I was like, they get it. They know that you said what you said. And they know that you mean it because you won't say anything else. Please get out of my area. I was
oh my
stressed.
God, something about that. 'Cause you just know that the person on the other end of the line is like,
yeah, and she's just like,
I said what I said.
Yeah, and I'm like, did you? Good. Happy for you. Man, retail's wild.
Oh,
Teenage girls are wild.
Boy. I used to work in high school. I worked at this place called Label Shopper. And it was basically like, I don't know, if instead of being like, imagine Goodwill, but instead of donated clothes, it's like a TJ Maxx. Like, all the clothes are for old people.
Yeah.
And they're just denied clothes from brands.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of Aeropostale that just, like, something was wrong with it.
Yeah.
And so we had to, like, cut the tags and shit. It was a stressful place, but it was one of those places where old women show up before it's open and are mad that we're not open yet.
Oh my God.
Like we open at 10 and they're there at 9:45, like banging on the window. Like, let me in. And I'm like, ma'am, we're not open. Yeah. Or they'll come in at fucking 9:45 p.m. when we close at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then they want to try on a entire rack's worth of clothing.
Yeah.
It was one of those kinds of places. I also caught a woman stealing once. That was fun.
Good. There was a guy that came in last night. He was a dad. He was a rich white dad, which you don't get those too often. I get a lot of teenage girls, a lot of rich white moms, but not a lot of dads. You know, it's Urban Outfitters. They don't believe in skinny jeans and graphic tees probably. But he comes in. It is 9. We close at 9, but like we still had like a couple customers in the store, so we like couldn't close all the way yet. He comes in and he goes, "Do you guys have a bathroom? Like, I just need to wash my hands." I said, "Oh no, we don't. We don't have a public restroom in here." And he goes, "Wow, I see how you care for your customers," and walks away. And I'm like, "Don't come in here at 9 p.m. We are closed. The mall itself, the whole mall is closed. And give me that shit. Do not do that. I am off work, okay? I do not want to deal with this." Like,
well, I just would like to know who in their right mind thinks that individual stores in a mall have bathrooms.
You're in a mall. We are next to the food court. Like, there is a store in between us and the food court. Like, there is, I don't know where it is, but I'm sure there's a bathroom close by. You know, like,
yeah.
We're also, it's like Macy's, Urban Outfitters, food court. Like, go find, this is not the place. Also,
right.
Like, you just need to wash your hands. Okay, no, that's weird.
I can offer you this hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I'm not going to take you back into our stockroom bathroom so you can wash your hands. Weirdo. And don't yell at me.
That's funny.
If I was allowed to do it, I would do it, but I'm not. So, like, shut up. I don't make the rules. I also had a guy get really mad at me. He's like, why don't you sell more men's clothes? I was like, oh, well, this whole side of the story is men's clothes. He's like, why don't you sell more? And I was like, I don't know. I'm not in charge of that.
I'm not a buyer. What do you...
I am a retail associate, okay? I get paid minimum wage, which luckily Michigan minimum wage is better than Indiana's, so I guess I can't complain. But it's like, no, I have no control over that. Don't get mad at me. Anyway, should we talk about what we're supposed to be talking about now that we went on
probably.
that long rant? So, Aly and AJ, sisters, Allison and Amanda Michalka, they signed... Michalka? I guess that's how you say it. I'm not really sure. They signed with Hollywood Records in 2004. Their debut album, what was it called? Into the Rush, I think, was their debut one.
Yeah.
Hit 36 on the Billboard charts. Their second album, Insomniatic, peaked at 15, and that's the one with Potential Breakup Song, which is the song that I know them by. I'm sure a lot of other people also know them by.
Right.
In 2009, they left Hollywood Records under the stage name 78 Violet, which I didn't know that happened. And then
I think they went like punk for a minute.
Yeah, they did. In 2015, they changed the name back to Aly and AJ, and then 2 years later released their 10 Years EP. And then the single from the EP, Take Me, came out on June 2nd. So they have a little over 1 million monthly listeners and about 295,000 followers on Spotify. And so this album is like the deluxe edition. Whoa, there's a hair. Of their 10 Years EP. And that came out in 2018. I don't know the exact date. I couldn't find it. It's probably because I didn't look very hard, but I just couldn't find it.
It was May.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry. They came out with a new album in May of this year, but the deluxe album came out in November.
Okay.
Of 2018.
Okay, so it was like, I guess
it's fairly new.
So that it had 2 new songs on it, and those were With You and Good Love. Those were not on the 2017 EP, and it also had live versions of Promises and Take Me, which are just live versions. It's fine. I think they were recorded in Chicago. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's the history, I suppose.
Neat.
Yeah. So, what was your favorite song?
The Distance, because it was the most... So, did I like this album? Yes. Is it good? Yes. Does it all sound the fucking same?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Every song sounds identical to me. The Distance was the only one that sounded different, and that's why it's the one that stood out to me.
Yeah, no, they're all definitely very similar. I like this sound, like this style of music.
It's very 80s.
Yeah, it is. My favorite was With You. That's actually... So, I think The Distance... It was either The Distance or Take Me. Paul and Mary, like, it was one of the two. They sent it to me, like, when it came out, and they were like, bless you. They were like, hey, this exists. And I was like, oh, shit. So that's, like, how I found out that they, like, were just making more music. And then With You came on my Discover Weekly, and that's how I, like, found the deluxe album. And I didn't know that it had extra songs on it, but I really liked that one. Man, these headphones hurt me deeply. Anyway, but yeah, like, if you played me this album and, like, you didn't tell me who it was, I would never and ever guess that like, I would never be like, oh, that's Aly and AJ. Like, I would never.
No.
Like, they just sound like random girls. I mean, like, not random girls, but, like, just random women musicians.
Right.
They don't sound like, I don't know.
It's not Disney.
No, it's not.
It's very 80s. Like, I wouldn't expect that this was from now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just purely off of, like, the amount of synth pop on this fucking album.
Yeah, it's very synthy.
I wrote that it feels like I'm watching Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is definitely the background music in a movie or a series set in the 80s. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I like it. Wow, is that really all I have to fucking say about this album? Jesus, I suck.
You were like really stoked about it last
I was
week.
stoked about
Thought
it.
you'd have
I've
more.
listened to it multiple times. But yeah, it's good. I don't know. God, I hate myself. I wish I would plan out more of like, I wish I would write things down like as I'm listening to it, and I don't ever do that.
Yeah, I don't think we've done that since like the first episode.
No, the first episode we took so seriously, and then now here we are, 4 episodes later.
Oh boy.
But
is there? So I'm gonna be fully transparent here. I listened to it once, and it was an hour ago. Is there anything like lyrically substantial in this album, or is it all just kind of like boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, woo?
I didn't find it super lyrically substantial, but I also wasn't listening for it.
For that, yeah.
It's very like love songy, like pop love songy.
Okay.
Like, you know, like when like with you, it's like right now I just wanna be with you. It's like it's not. None of it sounded really deep to me. Maybe Promises, but I don't know that one as well. Like the other ones, like I've known for a while, and like With You I've listened to a lot, and so, and like their 10 Years EP I've listened to multiple times, and I kind of know a little better. I'm sure that there is like deeper meaning to it, but it's all about, to me, it's all about like a relationship or something.
Gotcha.
Like a love song, which is fine. But I do kind of, this is like a music industry thing as a whole. I write about something else, for the love of God. You know, it's like Jesus. Yeah. Every song is a fucking love song, and it's like, write about something else. Maybe that's why I like 80s music so much, because it's like they write about all kinds of random shit. It's not, you know, it's like today's music is all about relationships and all about bad relationships, or all about how much you love your partner. And it's like in the 80s they wrote songs about Africa. like I just want something different, you know? It's like I get tired of the same thing. This is not a slam on this album. This is a slam on all modern music. Just write about something different. I say as if I could write about a song about anything. I can't.
Yeah.
But that's what this whole podcast says, me being critical about things that I could not do. So.
Yeah, neither of us are like technical musicians.
No.
But we like to act like we are.
Yeah. I know. I did show choir and shit in high school. I've done a lot of theater in my life. You know, I did study theater a little bit. That's not music, though. So I can't do any of that. I did not go to school for music. The only technical knowledge that I have from music is like the very light touch of music theory that I got from my years in. And that's just like, oh, that is a C on the page. This is a scale. Like, it's not like, oh, I know how to write songs and I'm good at it. I'm not good at it.
I mean, I played the flute in middle school.
I played the saxophone for a hot second. It was silver, and I was cool because everyone else had a gold one. And at first I was embarrassed, but then I got to school and people were like, wow. And I was like, I know.
And you were like,
yep. Hell yeah. That was me.
Hell yeah. I've told you that story. I think I've told it on the podcast about that kid in my high school who played that song down the hallway and then came into the lunchroom and got up on a table. And all the TAs were like, just
let it happen.
Stunned and didn't know what to do.
When things like that happen, you have to let it, because there is no knowing what to do in a moment like that. You know,
you can't stop him.
He was probably struck by the spirit of our Lord and Savior George Michael. Yeah. Anyway,
boy.
I think my microphone is up really loud, so if I'm screaming, sorry. Don't fucking care. I'll turn it down later.
Here's something music related that we can talk about. I saw Yesterday.
Oh.
This week.
Yeah.
It's quite good.
Really?
It made me emotional.
I'll have to go. There's a lot of things I need to do that I.
We should do a Beatles episode soon.
I should. Maybe we can do that the week after next.
Yeah. It was, it made me realize how much I truly love Beatles music. And, I was emo after watching it.
Well, if we're going to do a Beatles episode, I should save it. But I'll tease it with this. When I was in the 8th grade, we did a 9-minute Beatles medley in show choir.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. We also sang Bohemian Rhapsody once, and that was not good. Neither of them were good. None of it.
My best friend from middle school and high school, Lydia, she had a John Lennon mural on her wall.
Nice.
So there was a lot of Beatles listened to. Yeah. We listened to a lot of Queen. We listened to a lot of Beatles. We listened to a lot of Ray LaMontagne.
Yeah. I'm going back to, Urban Outfitters and, my esteemed job there. We have so many Queen t-shirts. So many. Mm-hmm. It's like Bohemian Rhapsody came out, and all these teen girls are like, I love Queen. And, not that I'm a snob, but I'm a fucking snob. And get out of my face with that shit. Get out of my face with that shit. Also, I got mad last night because I was listening to Sweetener on my way home, and I listened to Good Night and Go, and I got upset because people don't give Imogen Heap the credit she deserves because that's her song. And people are like, I love Good Night and Go by Ariana Grande. And I'm like, it's not by Ariana Grande. Fucking idiots. That's it. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not a music snob, and I am, and I'm just accepting it, and I don't care, because if that makes you mad, I'm sorry, but dedicate your time to a podcast about it, and then we can talk. God.
I like how you said dedicate your time to a podcast.
We
spend about half an hour recording.
You're right.
And it probably takes 20 minutes to edit
it does. We don't dedicate any time to it. We love it. Don't get us wrong. We love it, but we don't. It's not the hardest thing in the world. I mean, it is, but it also isn't. I don't want to discredit us because we have a podcast and that's cool, but
we worked a lot harder on it when there was a monetary value.
Yeah, we got paid to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Hey, the fact that we're not getting paid to do this and still doing it says something.
Something.
Don't
know what it says, but it says something.
It says that we're bored out of our heads. And that we're home alone all day.
Yeah.
Man, I need to get a job so that I can have something to fucking do. I'm so tired of...
Today is the last day of my first week of having a real job, and I'm already experiencing imposter syndrome.
Good.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
I emailed a professional person to say, hey, let's do a brand collab for a giveaway. And I was like, I feel like a 5-year-old asking my brand new best friend, who I just met 5 minutes ago, to stay the night at my house. That's what it felt like. It took me back to that, oh no, I don't know if this person's gonna like me. I don't know if they're gonna, want to be my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. It's such a weird... I feel... Because... Well, I told you, I don't know if I said it while we were recording, but I'm on going into my 3rd round of interviews for this job, and it makes me feel I'm excited and I really want this job and I hope I get it, but it's I feel so weird because I'm I am baby and I I'm baby and I don't do anything. I don't know how to do anything. And it's I don't know. I just feel really strange. And she told me, she's like, oh yeah, you were one of 3 candidates for this job. And we had all these applicants. And I was like, why? I'm glad you picked me. I hope you picked me. But why?
Yeah.
What did I have that professionals did not? And it's so weird because you're I'm not a professional, and then you remember you have a degree in this field, which makes you a professional, right. And you're like, but I'm not professional. but I have a
Yeah.
degree that I paid a lot of money for, but I'm not professional. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know. It's just like a weird. They should definitely give you exit counseling from college on how, because it's like
Jesus.
you're a student and then boom, you're not. Suddenly you're a young working professional and you're like, and you go
Oops.
into like these jobs and you let them now I'm projecting, but you let them underpay you and you project, you undervalue your work and all of that kind of stuff, and that's just a whole other story I'm not going to get into publicly on the internet, so that's all. But anyway.
Well, you guys can talk to us about your struggles on our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube channel, Spotify, Anchor, all of the above, at Music Monday Cast. Next week, we're doing a repeat artist. We're talking about Willow's new album, Willow. It's a self-titled album, but in all caps.
Important part is...
I haven't listened to it yet. It came out today, the day that we're recording
Nice.
this. So...
Noise. I didn't even know she was dropping new music.
Yeah, me either.
I just burped. I'm sorry if anybody heard that. That was disgusting.
But yeah, that's next week, so get fucking pumped about it, dog.
Get pumped about it, y'all. Get pumped about Will's new album, y'all. Yee yee. Yee yee.
Oh, Jesus. Did you see Dolly Parton's gonna do a Old Town Road remix?
Old Town Road can suck it. I am sick of that. I'm sick of it.
Hey, Panini, don't you be a meanie.
Like, I'm glad that... Oh, no. Poor connection. Anyway.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, too. Well, I guess that means we should wrap it up, because my phone is pooping itself. Egads. But, yeah. Come back, or not, but it would be cool if you did. It would be preferable if you did.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to tell you again, talk to us on our socials. Nobody ever does it, but I'm going to keep saying it. Do it, please.
Yeah.
It would be cool.
Please?
Please? Yeah. That's it, I guess. Have a Monday.
That's all, folks.
Have a Monday. Have a musical. Write a musical. Write your own musical. If you want. Oh my god, did you see the Cats live action?
Yeah. Did you see that Jabuki, the comedian, got his Twitter account suspended because he was tweeting as Cats the musical?
Good.
It was pretty funny.
Not all heroes were...
Somebody said, was it because he was tweeting as Cats the movie? And somebody said, as is his God-given right. And I thought it was quite funny.
Man. I don't really look at Twitter a lot anymore. It just hurts my brain. But I feel really disconnected. And then, I don't look at Twitter, so I go get myself involved in Facebook discourse, which is stupid. I told Luke that, and it was the day I tried my CBD gummy, and he goes... He's like, is it because you were high off your gummy? And I'm like, first of all, it doesn't get you high, okay? Second of all...
I know. Evan keeps saying, let's get high, and then he'll hand me a gummy.
It's a vitamin that... it's not... No. Yeah, and then I said, but you're right. The Facebook discourse was not a sober thought. I don't know what influence I was under, but it wasn't me using my logical brain. Won't be doing that anymore. But yeah. Okay, for the last time, have a musical Monday, god damn it. Because I said, do it.
Bye.
Bye. I love you, even though I yell at you. I love you. Bye.